Hello everybody, can you believe it's the final week of Ignite Imaginations and Sheffield Library's Summer of Creativity? What a brilliant summer we've had, getting creative every week and reading lots of cool stories for the Summer Reading Challenge. We've got time for one more workshop, but before we get started on that, I just wanted to remind you that we would love to see all of your photographs from the summer, so please do email them to us at enquiries@igniteimaginations.org.uk and we would love to hear from you. Now, time for one final workshop. We're going to be making some crazy creative creatures with Lois. So let's see what she's got in store for us today.
Hi there, I'm Lois and I'm an artist with Ignite Imaginations, and today I'm going to work with you to make a crazy creature using a glove and lots of creative bits and bobs that you may have at home. Here's some creative ideas to get you going. A crab, a dinosaur, roar, roar. A jellyfish, an alien, a spider, I hope that gave you lots of different ideas. So today I'm going to show you how to specifically make this alien, and this is the materials list that you're going to need. Some gloves. These marigolds are really good because they come in loads of different colours and they're easy to cut. But if you don't have them, you can just use an old glove that you have around the house. You'll also need some PVA glue and a glue stick, some scissors. Then it's also useful if you have some paper and colouring pens. Then you want to think about what other crafty things you have around the house that you can use. So I used googly eyes, wool, felt and some feathers. So once you've got your materials ready, you're good to go. This is how you make your alien. Okay, so what I started off with my alien was its eyes. So for that, I used some bits of felt and I cut out these circles. Now if you don't have any felt, you can just use some paper or coloured card, and if it's just paper you can colour it in with felt tips as well. And you might have lots of other things that you can use around the house that you might want to use as well. What could be good is you could use maybe some bottle tops or something like that, or you might want to use some tin foil on it to make it look a bit more alien-y. But for me, I just cut out lots of little felt circles like this. 5 in fact, 1 for each finger. So I'll just cut those out now. I also chose the pink because it's nice and bright against the yellow. So it's nice to think about your colours and think, especially as it's a crazy creature, maybe you want it to be lots of crazy different colours. Okay, so there you have it. There's my 5 circles. So now what I'm going to do is, I decided I was going to put googly eyes on each circle to make it look quite alien-like. So you just get a bit of PVA glue. You want to use PVA glue for this because with the gloves, it's what works best with the gloves. If not, try Pritt Stick or whatever you have and see how you get on. Okay. Oops. I'll get another one. That'll happen, I'm sure. There we go. Now then, just leave them to dry. Okay, so now it's time to glue our eyes onto our alien. So, it might be a good idea, sometimes it's a good idea as well, if it's a new glove, just put it on first as well because it gets it opened up a bit and a bit easier to work with. So now I'm just going to put one eye on each finger, again just with PVA glue. Now just a little warning, it can take a bit of time to dry, so be careful because bits might fall off sometimes, but if they do, just stick them back on. It can be a bit fiddly too, but just persist. And again, just give it some time to dry. last eye. There we go, you see that one just moved a little bit. Squidge it back on. Perfect. So then what I decided to do on my alien was I gave it a mouth. So how I made my mouth was again with felt, but you can just use some coloured paper, pens, just draw it straight on with felt tips if you wanted. It's completely up to you. So what you want to think about as well is what sort of shaped mouth does your crazy alien or creature have? So mine's quite a simple mouth, but maybe yours has two mouths. Maybe it has no mouth but a really big nose. Have a think and decide what you want to put on your creature. So I just cut mine out like this. And again, I just stuck it on with the PVA glue. And I stuck that down. So mine's got a nice big smile, so it's quite a friendly alien. And then I decided to give it some fangs. So maybe it's not that friendly. So for this, I used a different colour because again, I thought it'd be fun to mix up the colours all nice and bright, have lots of different colours in there, make it look a bit more crazy. And I gave it some pointy fangs. Now, you might want yours to have fangs, or maybe it won't be as scary. Maybe it only eats vegetables, so it doesn't need fangs. Maybe it has nice round teeth. You decide. And again, just glued these on. I think mine likes to eat hamburgers because they have big fangs. Okay. So again, just be careful with it because that'll need a bit of time to dry. So then what I decided to do with my alien was I gave it these antennae on each eye. So for that, I used the green wool, but again, you could use whatever you have around the house. So maybe you have some coloured cotton or just some string, or again, you could just use bits of paper. It's up to you really. Or maybe yours doesn't have any. Maybe it just has lots of ears instead and you might want to give it lots of ears. Now then, so this is quite old wool, so it's falling apart a bit, so bear with me. But so for each one, I got 2 strings of wool, little ones. So there's 2 strings of wool. And then I tied a knot in the middle of them. So if you can tie a knot, great. If not, you can get someone to help you, or you can just try without tying, whatever works best for you. And then, again, with the PVA glue, so this can be a bit fiddly because it can be tricky to stick, but just be patient and it's worth it in the long run. And you just stick it on the back. There we go. So I'll do that now for each one. And it's just fun as well, just to find whatever you have around the house and see what ideas that gives you as well. So depending on what you find around the house, it will give you some different ideas, and it depends what colour your glove is as well. So when you find a glove, see what colour it is and think, oh, what creature could be this colour? And then go from there. The last one. There we have it. Our alien friend for our alien creature. Now that will take a bit of time to dry as well, so put it to one side to dry for a little bit. And so there you have it, that's how you make your own crazy creature alien. Now as you can see around me, there's other creatures as well, and I won't go into as much detail into how to make them, but I'll just tell you quickly. So, if you want to make a jellyfish, it's really simple. You just cut strips of bubble wrap and plastic bags and you stick them on for tentacles. Now what else? Oh, the spider and the crab. Now they're a bit more tricky, but what I did with those was, for the body, I just got some old bits of material and stuffed it with other old bits of material. And then I actually sewed it on, so it can be tricky. So if that's too hard, you can just cut out a circle shape and stick it on, like cut it out of card or paper and just stick it on. And then you can draw a face on your creature. And then for the crab, I also gave it some little snippers. So for that, I just used a pipe cleaner and then with card made the snippers. But again, if you haven't got those and it's a bit tricky to stick on, you can just recreate it using bits of card and coloured felt tips. Once you've finished your crazy creature, you might have another glove going spare. If you do, you can always have a go at making some crazy creature finger puppets. Take a closer look at mine. They're a bit noisy, aren't they? Well, here's how you can make your own. So we're just going to use the same materials that we used to make a glove puppet to also make a finger puppet. Now for these you want to use a marigold, and these are the sort of gloves that you use for cleaning, because these can just be cut up and they won't fray like a woolen glove. So get a marigold, any colour that you like, and then you just chop off your fingers, chop each one off. And then you can use each one to make a crazy creature. So as you can see, I decided to make lots of chickens, but you can make whatever you like. It's really simple again. You just get your eyes. So you might want to use googly eyes. If you don't have googly eyes, again, just use some colouring pens or bits of paper, whatever you have around the house. And then you put on your eye with some PVA glue. Now then, to make the chicken, all I then did was I cut out a beak using a bit of felt, but again, use whatever materials you have available to you. And I just stuck that on with some PVA. And then I just put on a feather. I think this one will end up looking a bit more like a parrot, which is a nice change. And pop that on the back. And there you have one finger puppet, and you can repeat that for each finger and you make whatever creature you like. So now you should have a nice collection of crazy creatures and pets. So it might be a good idea to start thinking about what stories you want to give them. So think about, what are their names? Where do they live? What do they like to eat? All sorts. And then you can think about maybe putting on a puppet show for your friends and family and showing them all the lovely creatures that you've created. So well done for all the hard work, and from me and all my pets, see you later, and check out the reading list after this video and you can get lots more inspiration about crazy creatures and pets. See ya, bye!